What's up, guys? Tomahawk here. Welcome back, everybody, to another CSGO Surf Stories video. The gameplay you guys are seeing is on the Kitsune surf map on Counter-Strike. So that'll be the thing that's being playing in the background while we tell today's story. And today's story is kind of like a subset of a couple of stories, but it all encompasses one particular theme, and that is coyotes. So coyotes are a relative to the wolf, and in California, for some reason, a big pest that bothers neighborhoods everywhere is the coyote. Particularly my neighborhood has a really big problem with coyotes. It's been like that since like I was really small. In fact, the first time I ever saw a coyote was, I don't know if once upon a time you guys saw my video where I talked about the time I had something stuck in my ear and I had to go to the hospital to get it was a piece of paper that was stuck in my ear. I had to get it removed. And it was like maybe 2 in the morning by the time we came back to the house. And as we were coming back to the house, there was there's a little nearby park that's near where I live, and we saw a coyote in the middle of the road. And you know, at first I thought it was a dog, but then there was a coyote. I was like, "Whoa, that was a coyote!" And my mom was like, "Yeah, that was a coyote." And that was the first time I had ever seen a coyote in the entire time of my existence living here. But don't worry, there's many more times in which I've seen coyotes. So the second time I think I saw a coyote was I was walking to school, and I was walking past the abandoned school that I lived near to get to my actual school, and well, my old school anyway. And like it was like 6 in the morning, and I was getting ready to go to class, and I was walking to school, and sure enough, I see a coyote walking in the field, and by the time I got to it, it ran away, and I didn't see it anymore. But that was the second time I ever saw a coyote. Not that interesting, but a coyote encounter nonetheless. And then I think the third time that I ever saw a coyote, guys, is actually I have it on video. If you guys go onto my TomahVlogs channel, I think you guys can find the vlog where I try to zoom in on a coyote. I'm walking past these. I was going on a walk to film a little bit of a vlog, and there's it's a place called Squirrel Park that's by where I live. It's separate from the park that I was talking about earlier, and it's along the way to the beach. And it's called Squirrel Park because there's a lot of squirrels that go into that place. And it's just a place where you get to feed squirrels and stuff like that. It's also next to a water treatment plant, or is it a power plant? I'm not really sure, but it doesn't matter. And I was vlogging and stuff, and all of a sudden I saw in front of me a coyote. And I'm not entirely sure how dark it was. I mean, you could go back and watch the video and see how dark it was, obviously. And if someone in the comments could be like, "Hey, this is the video. It's called this," because I'm not entirely sure what video it is, but it's a video. And I zoomed in like coyote, and I just walked past it, and it wasn't really a big deal. But it was really weird that I saw a coyote while I was vlogging. It was just like a really weird random occurrence that I thought was pretty cool and stuff. I don't know if I really filmed it that well, though. I remember it being very shaky. I think I put it on Twitter as well. But now to get on to the most interesting thing that kind of inspired this entire video, because all of those stories are things that you guys have already heard about coyotes in my lifetime, but now comes on to the thing that just recently happened. So it was about 3 days ago. I was taking Zelda for a walk, and by the way, guys, if you guys are wondering, I am the kind of owner of the Zeldas for the time being. Kevin moved back to Boston from California, and he couldn't take Zelda with him, so I'm taking care of Zelda now. And so I was taking Zelda for a walk, and I was taking her to the same park that I was talking about in the first story that I saw when. And by the way, the time that I had that thing stuck in my ear, I was about maybe 9 years old, so it had been a long time since I'd seen a coyote at the general location of that park. So I was taking Zelda for a walk at around like 11 o'clock at night, because I was just like, I feel like I need to take Zelda out at least one more time before bed, since she has to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So what I went ahead and did is, I took her off her leash because there's no one out at 11 o'clock at night, and I'm just walking through the park having ourselves a good time. And for some reason, as I'm walking, through the park, and just like playing with Zelda and stuff like that, I keep thinking that I'm seeing stuff in the shadows. Now, I think like that's actually a thing that's like it's happened before. You know, like people think they just see things in the dark, because it was kind of dark. Obviously, it's 11 o'clock at night, and people just think they see things. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm just seeing things. There's obviously nothing in the dark. You know, no big deal. You guys can obviously see where this is going. So, you know, I keep going on my walk. I keep thinking I see something in the shadows. It keeps bothering me, but I keep just ignoring it because I don't want to like be the paranoid person who's like, there's something following me. You know, I'm not one to be paranoid about that sort of thing. But so what I do next is I'm getting ready to take her to like the final stretch of like towards the walk of getting out of the park and, you know, going back to home. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a coyote comes out of the shadows and goes to attack Zelda. And instantly at that second, I run, like sprint, like I wasn't too far away. I was maybe like 4 or 5 feet away towards Zelda and start yelling at the top of my lungs, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're near coyotes, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was told this, is you're supposed to yell and make yourself bigger and, you know, just scare the heck out of it and make it go away. And so I started doing that. I started yelling all sorts of profanities and, you know, all sorts of scary things at the coyote to make it go away. And it backs up like 10 or 15 feet. And I get Zelda, I pick her up, make sure that she hasn't been touched, or, you know, she hasn't been attacked at all. Thankfully, the coyote didn't even touch her. And now, like, the coyote's 15 feet away from me. I'm holding Zelda, and I have to start like backing up slowly, and I'm still sort of yelling at the same time. Yo, I'm in the middle of filming. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I had to make a little bit of a cut here. My brother wanted me for a second. But anyway, what I was saying, guys, is I had Zelda in my hands, and then the coyote's about 15 feet away from me, and I'm starting to back up very slowly, but the coyote starts creeping forward as I'm stepping backwards, as if it was trying to get ready to like start sprinting at me. So I keep yelling really, really loud and making all sorts of profanities. I'm pretty sure that everyone who might have been sleeping in the nearby neighborhood definitely woke up and, you know, knew there was some sort of altercation happening in the middle of the park. But you know, I back up some more. The coyote stops kind of like moving forward, and I'm like, yeah, you better stop, you know. And then I back up, I start walking away, and then sure enough, the coyote just starts walking off in the other direction, and it goes behind a wall, and I don't necessarily see it anymore after that. But you know, it was a really weird experience. I was really happy that Zelda didn't get hurt. I'm definitely not going to take her on walks without putting her on a leash anymore. At least I'm not going to take her on walks during nighttime anymore, because the only time the coyotes seem to be coming out is either really early in the morning or really late at night. So it's a really terrible, like, kind of weird thing to happen in a neighborhood, especially since I'm like right by the beach. It'd be really weird to see that there's like a bunch of coyotes coming to attack, but it doesn't even matter, guys. Let me know what you guys have to say about sort of like coyote type stories you guys have in the comments. Maybe you guys have some sort of story you guys can tell that might, you know, entertain some others as well as myself. I read all the comments. And also, this surf stories was totally an excuse to show you guys my awesome new knife. If you guys see it right there in the video, it's a Karambit Tiger Tooth Stat Track Factory New, and the name tag is Bernie Sanders, but instead of with S's, it's $signs. So I think that's pretty cool. I actually am in the process of selling a bunch of skins right now. I'm not going to tell you guys why, but, you know, something, I might have a cool item pretty soon. But anyway, guys, I think that pretty much wraps up the end of this video. Tell me if you guys want to see some competitive type stuff on this channel from, like, CSGO. Or if you guys just like the CSGO stories and want to keep it like that for the time being. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. You guys are all awesome people. And I'll see you guys on today's stream as well as tomorrow's video. And I hope you guys have a nice day, please. Brah!